Hi friends, welcome to the vlog. So today we're just gonna be talking about Wind and Truth. This is gonna be like, I don't know how long this vlog is gonna be. It is currently December 10th. So as you know, Wind and Truth has been out for a couple of days. It's currently the Tuesday after. I have my book here. This is how far in I am. Currently, actually, I'm further than this. I'm this far in, which doesn't look any different to you. But I'm currently on page 461. I'm really enjoying it. I'm currently on day 3, I think. This is a spoiler vlog, so in case you didn't know, don't watch this if you haven't read Wind and Truth or read any of the other Cosmere books. But I'm currently on 461, currently on day 3. I'm really liking it. I was telling my friend, I was like, as much as I know Brandon Sanderson can hold my attention for a really long book, because I've read like, I don't even know, like 4,500 pages or something in this. 4,500 sounds like a lot, but I think that is right. I've read so many pages in this series and so many of his long books, so like I feel like he can hold my attention, and I know he can hold my attention. But 1,300 something is like so crazy that I genuinely was like, okay, that's insane. Like, I don't know if it'll be able to hold my attention for that long. This is holding my attention. Like, I'm obsessed. Like, I love it. Currently, so like, what's happened so far? Oh my gosh. Okay. Something that really got me is, what are the Amiens doing? So like, the Amiens are sleepless, and there's been quite a few hints throughout the books, specifically in Oathbringer, of Kremlings kind of like spying. And then I think we had 2 moments in Oathbringer where we saw Kremlins or something spying on them. And that's interesting. But like, they've been playing a little bit more of a role here, and you've been noticing them a lot more. Or maybe not a lot more, but you definitely had Lift outright saying something about them. Another thing is you have, oh my god, Rastari's literally dying. I don't know if he killed him or if he just trapped him. But Yezrin does die. like, well, I don't know if they, okay, I guess they're dead because the Herald, I guess he did die. Jezrien died. I thought they just encapsulated him in like a gemstone, but he's dead. Rastari's, oh my god. I was on the way home from, I was on the way home on Sunday. I was on the way home on Sunday while I was listening to the book, and when I parked, I was listening to the interlude with Felt and Rastari's, and I was like, oh, no way. Because I remember reading Rhythm of War and seeing Felt and him like saying rusts as a swear, and I was like, okay, Scadrial, like, I see you. What's a World Hopper doing here? But I was like, okay, but like, and then I was like kind of looking into it a little bit more, so I was like, okay, well, like, who is this person? And apparently they've been around for a long time, so they've been a spy for the Ghostbloods for a while. And then the Spren, I don't know, I think they call it a Spren, but I don't know if that's just because they don't know that it's not a Spren and it's actually a Scion. That's what I'm struggling with. So like, is it actually a Scion or is it actually a Spren? Maybe they explicitly said that and I just missed it because this is a lot of stuff. We're getting a lot more answers out of Wit, which is fun. We are getting a peek into him and Yasna's relationship, which kind of does make me a little sad because they're not really working out as well as I would have hoped. But I guess when you're like, I don't know, in your 30s and you're dating someone who's been around for thousands of years, since before the shattering of God, literally, so I can see where there can be some issues. Oh my god, Gavinar? I love Gavinar. He's so adorable. I don't like kids in like books and stuff, but like, I really like him. He's adorable. But Lift, I'm starting to like Lift more. I think that's fun. I think that she's being a little bit more of an interesting character. I do really like that she's hanging out with Gavilar, and she's like, secret handshakes aren't really that important, but it does make the other person feel good. I was like, oh, how mature of you. But so that's fun. I'm trying to think of like what else has happened. So much has happened. I do really like to see Kaladin and Zeth getting along, and like Kaladin on his little like mental health advocate therapist journey, which I think is really interesting. Oh my god. Okay. Shallan and her little team of people infiltrating the Ghostbloods was really, really fun to read. I was sitting there on the edge of my seat like, what's happening. I'm really enjoying learning more about Zeth. He's talking a little bit more. We're getting flashbacks. That's what the flashbacks are. We're getting Zeth flashbacks, which is so exciting. I love Zeth. I think he's a great character. We're getting so much more Nightblood. That's all I could have asked for. Like, so much Nightblood. That makes me so happy. I love Nightblood. Favorite character in the Cosmere, hands down, Nightblood. I'm really enjoying reading about Rlain and Renarin. I didn't know that was a thing, but it's a lot more obvious in this book. I'm really enjoying that. I didn't know that they were like into each other, but I think it's really cute. I really relate to Renarin on a lot of levels. Like, I remember reading part of his POV at some point, and he said he was talking to Shallan, and he kind of had to like mentally he had to like practice what he was gonna say in his head to her, and I was like, wow, very relatable. Which I know that Renarin is like per Brandon, he's like an autistic character, and I was like, yeah, I see it, that's me. Like, I literally read it, I'm like, yep, I can relate to all of these things that he's feeling and saying. On the Rlain thing, I definitely do see the little crumbs that we're getting of that. I think they're together right now. I don't mean like together as in a relationship, but they are like, I think it's like Shallan, Renarin, and Rlain. Yeah, they're in the spiritual realm because they got sucked into it with Navani and Dalinar, but also Gavinar got pulled in, and I was like, because Lift was being nosy and she was like listening in, and Wit caught her, was like, you're lucky that I noticed you. And she's like, did you grab Gavinar? And he's like, what? Didn't see him. But guys, I need to talk about this. What is the Stormfather's plan? What is going on? I'm very suspicious, because when I was listening to him in the prologue, and I was like, okay, maybe you're just being like a little bit more, maybe you're just being a little bit more hesitant because you're bonded to fucking Gavilar Kholin and he's a dick. You're bonded to Gavilar Kholin because he's kind of an asshole. But I don't know. Like, him, when Cultivation was talking to Dalinar about him ascending as honor and taking the shard, he kind of like went behind the Stormfather's back to have a conversation. I guess the sibling made that happen. I don't know. But they were talking about him ascending, and he was kind of like, that's not possible. And then he was like, somebody like you couldn't ascend to honor's power. And he's like, okay, so it's not possible, or it's not plausible? Like, what makes sense? And nobody's ever challenged the Stormfather that way, and he's kind of pissed. So I'm kind of like, He's like, this isn't the plan. And he's like, what is the plan? Because I thought you were just doing honor's plan. And it was like T. I was like, oh shit, like, okay. So it's like a lot of stuff going on there. And I'm like, okay, what's the Stormfather's real plan? Because it seems like there's more stuff going on here. And then what's Cultivation's plan? We have Wit realizing that he was fucked over. So like my prediction was wrong. I'm missing 3 minutes or something. So that's really interesting that Taravangian even kind of like figured out how to do that. Like, didn't he like just ascend? I'm really enjoying seeing like characters interact with other characters that we haven't really seen before. I think that's fun. I will say that like there are chapters that I look forward to more. Like, I'm really interested in seeing Dalinar and Navani in like this past in the spiritual realm and seeing how they interact, or seeing the history of when the Voidbringers, the humans, came to Roshar. That's been fun. I'm really enjoying Szeth and Kaladin's point of view, mainly because I love Szeth and I just want to know more about him. And then, no, yeah, like that's genuinely been so exciting. I've been loving this. I've been listening to this all day, audiobook, and then sometimes I'll open up my book or I'll open my Kindle and I'll just like, you know, peek at what they're saying, or sometimes there's like an illustration, I'll take a look at it. Or I'll look at the map because I'll forget where people are. And I'm like, where are they again? Like, Adolin's currently in Izmir. And I was like, oh, I didn't fucking know that. I spent so long, like, this is actually really embarrassing, trying to find Shinovar on the map. And I was like, I've literally looked for it before and I found it. And like, I found it. If you hear barking, I'm so sorry. So it's been really fun. I'm really enjoying it. I will continue to vlog over the next couple of days. I'm hoping that I will still have some book to read Friday because like I said in my last video, I'm getting LASIK surgery, and I just did my pre-op yesterday, and they were like, yeah, for 3 hours after your visit, you need to like have your eyes closed. And I was like, cool. They're like, you don't necessarily have to sleep. But I'm like, okay, so what else am I gonna do for 3 hours with my eyes closed? So I'll probably listen to my audiobook. But yeah, that's how far in I am. I think I'm like 30 or something, 34% in or something like that. So my Kindle says. Who knows? I think I have like 18 hours left. I listen on 2.5 times speed, but like that's 18 hours with that already done. Like that's with that math done. Yeah, so having a great time. I'm so excited to continue reading. There's so much that's like, we're only on day 3. You know what I mean? And Dalinar lost a whole day traveling into the spiritual realm, which is crazy. I'm really concerned about what's gonna happen. Oh, also, I'm absolutely loving Maya. She's been talking to Adolin a lot more. That makes me really happy. Testament has been doing a lot better with Shallan. I think she accidentally summoned her Shardblade and it was Testament instead of Pattern, which was interesting. So she truly does have 2 Spren. Yeah, this is crazy. But, you know, the next time you see me, I'll be giving in a little bit of an update. Maybe it'll be later tonight. Probably not. I'm going to eat some dinner. I had happy hour today at work. I didn't drink any alcohol, but I had a happy hour with some of my coworkers, and my social battery has drained. So I most certainly will be just kind of hanging out, eating some food, maybe watching some YouTube. I know that Capture in Words uploaded his Oathbringer summary, which I've been enjoying. I have like an hour and a half left, so I'm probably gonna watch that, and yeah. I'll see you guys later when I check in on an update. Hopefully we'll be able to get to, I'll try to update when I get to maybe part 5. That's like this much. Or maybe I will check in when I'm like halfway or something through part 5, because part 5 is pretty massive. I have them marked out. So like this is all of part 5, including the interlude. And then to me, it seems like day 9 is like the longest. Like this is day 9, which is massive. So we'll see. Maybe when I'm halfway through part 5, I'll check in, or maybe when I get to part 5, I'll check in. I have like maybe 80 pages or something left of part 4 or day 4. So we can definitely, check in then. I'm so enjoying this though. I actually really wanted to show this. I really wanted a bookmark that had like little tassels, because all my bookmarks are just like book of the month, or like just like a receipt or something, genuinely a receipt. But I was at Barnes and I got this little My Neighbor Totoro, and it has little things, which is literally just cardstock with like ribbon on it, which is whatever. But it's like so cute. It was like $4, and I was like, yeah, I got 2 of them. I got a Spirited Away one, but this one fit the vibe because it's blue. I also was at Barnes, and they gave me this like plastic like display thing of Wind and Truth, and I was like, I already own the book. Can I like? And they had like a bunch, so it wasn't just like the only one. I was like, can I have this? Like, can I take it? And she was like, yeah, you can have it. And I was like, thank you. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. It's like, I think bigger than this. Or maybe it's the same size, but I think it's bigger. Right now, since I have this with me and I take this to work and I'll use it to look at illustrations or the map, I have it on my bookshelf and I have it on display. Like I have my Yumi and the Nightmare Painter, and then I have that. So yeah, this is what we're doing. We're reading Wind and Truth. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I also plan on filming a 2025 TBR. I also plan on filming a wrap up for the year. I need to read 2 more books to hit my goal. I'm at 83. So I'm hoping that maybe I can slip some manga in there. I have like some Yona of the Dawn and some JJK to catch up on. So fingers crossed that I can catch up. But yeah. Thanks for hanging out for the 20 minutes that I've been filming. Guys, when I tell you I'm a certified yapper, I'm a certified yapper. I've been talking for 20 minutes. Like I literally have an Alani sitting next to me. I have some like bites from Sheets and some fries. Like I'm ready to dig in, but I was like, I need to film this clip because if I don't do it now, I'm not gonna do it later. And I've already been putting it off for a weekend, but it's been a busy weekend, so I'll excuse myself there. But question, do you have to be hot to be a herald? Because why are they all hot? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, like is it required to be like super hot to be a herald? I need to know this information. How were they chosen? I'm sorry, what? Do we have to be like hot? I just feel like this is a little unfair to the normal looking people, because like, also guys, all right, romance fans only at this part. This is a controversial opinion, but I love blonde MMCs. I know, like, arrest me, like, do it, arrest me. Blonde MMCs are where it's at. But if you are a blonde MMC hater, look at that. Tell me that isn't just, I haven't been the same since I saw that artwork. Genuinely, I haven't been the same since I saw it. Like literally arrest me. Like, just do it. Here, do it. Because, what? I'll be checking in later. I'll probably check in tomorrow when I get to work. Or I'll check in after work because I'll have Red at work. And then, you know, we can do a cute little check-in. Maybe we'll do it in a new location. I'll do it in my car or something, just to keep the vlog interesting. But yeah, I've been talking for 24 minutes and my boyfriend was like, you have to stop uploading such long videos because it takes you a little bit to edit them. And I'm like, I know. Like, you're not gonna be able to like be so consistent because you just make long content. And I'm like, I know. Do you want to say hi? Come here. Ugh. Somebody wants attention so bad. Now she doesn't want it. She doesn't want it now. Also, I was gonna clean my AirPods and I have like Q-tips here and she loves these. So I also had to put her down because I needed to make sure she wasn't gonna die for that. But yeah, again, literally yapping about nothing. But I'll see you guys later. All right, so I've been reading Wind and Truth today. Yesterday I ended off on page 461 and I'm currently on, hold on, I listened to some of it on the way here. I'm currently on page 649, chapter 66. Whew, a lot's been going on in this. I'm currently in the car. My boyfriend's getting a haircut. Here, let me turn the wipers off so that we don't hear that. He's currently getting a haircut, and then we're gonna get some food after this. So I was like, oh, I'll go. I have to update the vlog, and then I can read more. So I'm almost at the end of part 5. I have like this chapter and then like 2 more after that, and then we have some interludes. I guess I just want to talk a little bit more about like what's been going on in this chapter, or not this chapter, this part. So I think that I just don't have the brain for this, but Navani and Dalinar are currently still in the spiritual realm and they're going through different parts of time. They had the rock that Wit gave them, and that was like what I guess they brought with them from Ashen, I think is what the planet is called that the humans are from. They're from Ashen, so they came from Ashen, they had the rock, and then it brought them to that point in the whatever the humans came, the Voidbringers, whatever. And then Navani was like, oh, I can grab, they don't have another anchor point to keep them grounded on this thing, because then they could just be going through time, whatever. So she had seen Shalash when she was a child, and she got her ribbon, and that brought them to, I think, not when they were forming the Oath Pack, it was like a different scene, and I don't remember what happened there. They were debating something and they brought up honor or whatever, and it was kind of like interesting. They were like, why are you bringing this up? So like they hadn't formed the Oath Pack yet. And then also R'Laine and Shallan are also there because they got pulled into it because Mraize had he stabbed the perpendicularity with something. I don't remember, which is crazy because I just read this very recently. I don't remember. I read this like a day ago and I don't know. Or I read this like a day ago and I don't know. But yeah, so Renarin, R'Laine, and Shallan are all there. So I'm trying to figure out what exactly I'm trying to figure out like exactly what's all going on. But we have a lot of stuff going on internally with Shallan. I guess not really internally because it's external, but like even though she's absorbed Veil, she's still going through this whole personality issue, or not issue. She's having issues with her personality still. But radiant and formless can like be a physical manifestation in the spiritual realm. So it's really fucking with her head, and I don't blame her, to be honest with you. So she's going through it there, but I think that, I don't know if it's getting any better. I feel like she's getting a little bit closer at the point that I'm at to like be a little bit better, but I'm kind of glad that like when I finished Rhythm of War, I was like, is she just like done now? She doesn't have these issues. But I'm glad that that's not the case. Not because I want her to suffer, but because I feel like it's not proper representation just for her to be having this identity crisis and have trauma from her childhood, and then she ends up being like, oh, I'm fine. You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, so she still has Radiant that she's kind of like working through or whatever, so that's interesting. We have Renarin and Relaine. I didn't know that there was like a romance there. I didn't really notice the crush that either of them had on each other, but while I was reading it, I thought it was really, and I hadn't put this together yet, but I thought it was really cute that Relaine was like, oh, I wish Renarin was here because he's really easy to talk to. I was like, aw, that's sweet. Like, that made me happy because I know that Renarin felt a part of Bridge 4, even though he wasn't like in there with Bridge 4 and he didn't like go through what Bridge 4 went through, but I still thought that that was nice. But now I see what's going on. I see that they're kind of like, I'm like, oh, there's a little romance here. And then I got to the part where he can like, Renarin can like show, like look into someone's soul and like kind of see the future, or like what, like a little bit clairvoyant where he can like see what's going on or might go on in the future. And Relaine, I don't know if he's the one who does it, but like it's like them two kissing and he's like, oh my god, like this isn't the time. I was like, that made me feel more emotion than so much else in this book. And that's not saying anything bad about the book, but like I love a good romance, so I'm here for it. Speaking of romance though, I'm so nervous for Syl and Kaladin. Like I don't want that to be a thing. I don't want that to be a thing. That's so weird to me because the relationship between a Spren and a human is already so intimate and so vulnerable. To think of that happening, And I remember earlier on in one of the books, I think when he was like courting, I don't know if courting is the right word, courting Lynn, and then she was like no, he kind of like mentioned it in his head like, Syl I guess will be there when I'm intimate with somebody else. That's weird. But now that like it's gonna be her, I don't really like it. Like I think it's weird. I'm not a fan. I hope not, because there's like been this emphasis that she's more of a woman because she's like taking the form of a human. She's not a child, but like she's giving little sister vibes. Like I don't like it. I hope not. I really hope not. Like I don't want that to happen. They're currently right now in the flashback where the Oath Pack is being forged. So it's like, no, oh, Gavinar got pulled into the fucking thing? I don't know if I mentioned this. Like, if I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. maybe I'll leave it in, who knows, but so that's all go. I don't remember what the last thing I updated was, and I haven't watched the clip yet, because I haven't even started editing anything yet, because I have one clip. This will be clip 2, and I'm already on almost part 5. Yeah, so they're like in the middle of like forging the Oath Pack, and so like Relaine, Shallan, I don't really understand the mechanics of this because I don't know who Shallan is like in place of, because they were trying to figure out who Mraize was in his team, but like there was like a whole separate issue going on with Shallan and Mraize, but like nobody noticed. So like maybe she wasn't one of the heralds in that situation, but like I couldn't tell, to be honest with you. I'm not sure, but it's cool that we actually get to see Tanavas. We get to see Honor, and we're like, okay, cool. And the Stormfather is being so sus. Like, it's actually pissing me off. Like, I'm actually starting to get frustrated listening to him. That, like, Dalinar is trying to figure out what to do in this situation, and the Stormfather's like, no, like, don't ask me. Like, I'm not gonna. Like, he's been lying. He's been lying. And he's like, yeah, I lied. Does that surprise you? And it's like, yeah, that surprised me because I thought that you were a fucking Spren of Honor. Like, what are you doing? But it's interesting that, like, maybe the idea of honor that they're upholding isn't what we believe to be honor, or not we, but like the Rosharans believe to be honor. So that's interesting in a way, but also like it's pissing me off because I need to know what the Stormfather's up to at this point, because it's annoying me, because Dalinar is literally like, I don't have another way to go about this, so like I have to ascend as honor, or we have to figure out another way to do this, because there's no other way I'm gonna win. Because who's he gonna pick? I think he's gonna pick Zeth. That is gonna be my prediction for like what's happening so far. I think Zeth is gonna be the champion of Odium. I don't, like, the thing is that I made this prediction, I think, before, but I genuinely think that he's the one who's been trained with all of the honor blades, and he knows how to fight against all of the surges. So like, who else would be a better option if not him? And I have a feeling, guys, I don't want this. If you watch my video about if you watch my Cosmere Yap, like, you know that I don't want this, but I think we're gonna get a fucking Moash redemption. I think we're gonna get a Moash redemption. And I swear to God, if we get a Moash redemption, I'm going on strike. I'm gonna fucking riot because I fucking hate him. But the interlude with him was so good. The interlude, I loved it. I think it even said Moash and it didn't say Vyre, which I think is what he goes by. Hold on. Let me investigate really quick because I need to know. I don't even know what interlude that was. I don't know if it was before. Oh, yeah. So it said like Moash. It didn't say Vyre, which I think it did say that last time we got an interlude from him, but I also could be wrong. I might not be remembering it well. But also, I put like a new font on my Kindle, and I'm kind of like really fucking with it. I have another one that I really like that I just feel like is a little too silly, a little too goofy. I don't know why. It feels a little bit more juvenile than the one I have. I'll like zoom in. Like, it just feels a little too like, it feels a little too like I'm on my it feels a little too like I'm on my Galaxy phone, and it looks like that. I don't know why. So that's all. There's a lot going on right now, but I genuinely think that Zeth is going to be Odium's champion, and I hope, like, there's a lot of theories going around that Gavinar is going to be Odium's champion, and I just really hope that that's not the case, because I just don't really like that. I don't think that the trolley, like, the hypothetical trolley situation is, like, the best way to go about it, because I think that it's just, like, one, it's overdone, and two, I don't know, I feel like there's so much better storytelling that we can have besides, like, a trolley predicament kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. I'm like, truly, there's so much going on, and like, also during this whole thing where they're talking about the Oath Pact and they're talking about Odium, they're like they didn't understand that Odium was like hatred, like the embodiment of fucking hatred and evil incarnate. They didn't get that. They thought that he was passion, and it's like, no, passion for hatred. They didn't understand that until now. And Honor's like, I can make you my children, but you have to swear an oath, and then they were gonna form the Oath Pact. So I'm thinking, so like that, and that's how Dalinar is gonna anchor himself. He's gonna use the Honor Blade, because I think he's standing as Kalak. He's gonna also, I keep thinking that I'm saying it wrong, but it's Kalak or Kalek. They have like multiple names depending on, like, I guess the history. I know Shinovar, the Shin people say it differently. They have like a different name for all of them, which I don't know. I know because thankfully whenever Brandon Sanderson says something, the context makes a lot of sense. But we're following Zeth and Kaladin, and Zeth will say it, but he'll say like, or what we call him is this. And I'm like, thank God, because I wouldn't know. Also, I don't even know the surges that can happen. I didn't even really realize that you could open a gate to a, like, you could, I guess technically you could open like a perpendicularity being an Else caller, like opening an Else gate, but maybe But maybe because they're on Roshar, they can't do that to other planets far into the Cosmere because you don't have the connection. Because you know how, like, I don't want to say something that might be a spoiler to a different series. You need to have a, so like, this gets explained in another book. I'm not going to spoil the book at all or say any characters or anything at all, but like your investiture that comes from your planet or whatever planet you're on, you have to be connected to it to be using that planet's investiture. I can't say, okay, also fair warning, the word investiture is so hard for me to say, but again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I think that they can use their powers on like Braze or Ashen or Roshar, but they can't use the Stormlight elsewhere because it's only on Roshar that you have this. So it's like you have to be connected to that planet. You have to form a connection with it, capital C, to have that. So like I'm like somebody like Felt from Scadrial. He could use Stormlight because he's been on the planet for so long. He has to form a connection with the planet in some way or another. I don't know exactly how that works. I'm thinking of a specific situation with another character, but yeah. And that's the Ghost Blood's whole thing, is that they want to figure out how to get Stormlight off planet, but like Thydakar or someone else or somebody else is playing really big role in trying to like get this to happen. And apparently, according to Mraize, he's trying to undermine Thydakar, and also I don't know what their name is. I think it starts with a Y. His master, which is like it's like Thydakar and then like his master and then like Mraize. So like his master is working for Thydakar and they're like for it, but then he's trying to work against Thydakar. So he's trying to undermine him. We'll see how that goes. I'm interested to see how that plays out. I'm actually really interested to see how any of this plays out, because if you know who Thydakar is, you are probably rooting for that. Like, you want the Ghost Bloods to succeed, but you also don't know, like that's a character that is very, like, not divisive, but you're like, oh, I'm rooting for you, but you could tell that they might make some decisions that might not really be the best. Also, in the chapters that I'm reading right now, there is a letter to Hoid, and there's a her, and I don't know who they're talking about. And there's like, I did visit her, or I didn't visit her in person, but I spoke to her. I won't tell you where she's hiding. And I'm like, like, who is this about? I won't be able to figure out who that letter is talking about, like who she is. The only she that I can think of is Cultivation, because he can't find Cultivation because she doesn't want to talk to him. She can hide from him, or people she doesn't want to talk to or be involved with. She can hide. So maybe they're talking about Cultivation, or they're talking about Autonomy, which I think is held by somebody that we've met in the Cosmere. Still, I'm not sure how that worked out, to be honest. Like, I read that book and I don't really remember a lot of what happened in it. But yeah, so I don't know. Like, I'm sitting here thinking of so much about what could happen, but I'm also thinking, like, I don't even really know what's going on. The whole thing with the wind is interesting to me. I really, like, I didn't finish talking about how much the Stormfather pissed me off. He was really getting on my nerves. Like, I want to know what his deal is. Like, what is his plan? And I think I talked about it already, but, like, I'm going to talk about it again, because I was, like, on the way to work, and I was like, this is pissing me off. Because, like, what is he doing? Like, what's his deal? While they were in the vision where they see the humans and the to-be heralds come to Roshar, and the singers are seeing them, they're in the bodies of singers, and they also see Hoid come out, or Wit. And I'm like, oh, interesting. And he's, like, not himself. They, like, ask him how he's doing, and his, like, face is melted off, and he has, like, no face. You have, like, but then you have, like, them talking. You have all them talking and stuff. And as like before the vision's over, you see Dalinar talking to the Stormfather, or we are in Dalinar's point of view, and he's talking to the Stormfather, and he's kind of like you have to stop this. Like, all right, let's go. Like, you're not gonna find anything out here. And he's like, no, I know what I have to do. And like, I have to figure out what's going on. I have to know how Honor died. Tell me how he died. Like, how is this different than everybody else? Tell me. And he doesn't want to say. And I'm like, what is it? Like, what is it about the Stormfather? Like, I need to know who the Stormfather is, because like it's pissing me off. Like, he has to be a Spren because he's bonded, but like because he's bonded to Dalinar. I don't know, but it was pissing me off because he's like, let's go, and he's like, no, and he's like, if you don't take my offer now, I'm not gonna help you get back. And Dalinar's like, fine, whatever. Hey, why? Like, why are you being like that? I don't understand, like, why he's being such a fucking brat. He's literally throwing a tantrum about this, and it's pissing me off. Because it's like, you could just say yes. Like, you could just tell him. So, like, what is the secret? I need to know, like, what's the secret that is so important to you that you're willing to let Dalinar and Navani and Gavinar stay in the spiritual realm, and he might die. Actually, I don't know if he can die. Like, he's more willing to break another bond with a human because he broke his bond with Gavilar. He also keeps mentioning, he's like, your brother was different, this and that, and he's like, why do you keep talking about my brother? And he's like, well, he just kind of ignores the question, and it's like, why do you keep talking about it? Like, Dalinar doesn't know that you bonded to Gavilar, so like, why do you keep talking about it? He keeps like letting things slip. He'll say something and Dalinar will be like, well, how is Honor's death different? And he'll realize he slipped up, and he'll be like, oh, you're just like your brother. I thought you were different. And he's like, how do you know so much about my brother? Like, did you talk to him? And then he'll just avoid the question. But then he'll like start being aggressive again. He'll be like, oh, leave. Like, I'm gonna leave and you can stay here and I won't help you back. And it's like, there has to be something. There has to be something with the Heralds, obviously. But there has to be something with the Heralds that says that, like, I don't even know. I don't know what it is. But, like, I think that maybe the reason why the Winds can talk to Kaladin is because he's been numerously called, like, the son of Tanavast and, like, a child of honor. So, like, I'm assuming that because that has been, like, explicitly said so many times, I'm assuming that either he's going to ascend and become honor, which I don't think is gonna happen, but that's possible. I think he might die, actually. So I think that might happen, or it's a possibility, or somebody else is gonna take honor. I think that someone else is gonna take honor, because I don't think it's gonna be Dalinar. And I have a prediction, but I don't know if I want to say my prediction, because I'm like, there is somebody that I think that would hold honor. I hate this motherfucker, but I also love him. Like, he's a good character, but I think that he would be a really good honor. And I think Taravangian. I think Taravangian would be a good honor. I'm gonna say it because I don't know. That's just my guess. I know that he doesn't act honorful at all, but like, there's just like something in me right now that's like, Taravangian is gonna be the one that ends up holding honor, and I don't feel like Dalinar is going to. But I also feel like like, I don't know if honor splintered or not, but like, I think that the way that they've portrayed Jezrien, I think that he is a part of honor in some way. I think that Jezrien or whatever, I think that he's gonna be a part of honor, and I don't know how that's gonna happen, but like, I think that that's what's gonna happen. I need to know like what's going on with the Stormfather. It's pissing me off. Also, oh my god, okay, so then we have Adolin. Okay, I'll talk about Adolin and then I'll be done with my clip because I want to read more. Adolin is currently in Azmir right now, and he's doing fuck all, I don't even know. Adolin is currently in Azmir, and I don't remember what's going on. To be honest, they're fighting and waiting for an army, and he's being besties with Yanagwa? Somebody, an emperor. The emperor that Lift saved, I think. Now, he's like a teenager, but he's being buddy-buddy with him, and he's like, the best person to be besties with him is somebody who's been in his position and let it go because they didn't want it. So it's better that it's someone who doesn't want his money or his power or anything. I'm just like a guy. So he's like teaching him how to play towers. He's teaching him how to wear shard plate, because it's like, hey, you're gonna be like an important person. Like you should know these things. If your men are gonna be fighting for this, you should understand. Which is nice. Adolin's a good guy, so I like him. I really like him and Maya's development. She's currently on her way to lasting integrity through Shadesmar, so he can't summon her. So it's kind of hard for him, and I'm like, aw. I wonder if they're gonna, I think they might like revive her and he might bond with her, but I have a feeling that if he bonds with her, he might, or I have a feeling that if they revive, he can't bond with her. Or if he does, he'll be like, I don't know if we've seen all the Knights Radiant like orders, because I don't know. I know what a Windrunner is, an Edge Dancer is, a Truth Watcher, a Bondsmith, and an Elscaller. Did I say that? I know what those are. I don't know what a Storm Warden is. I think that they can like, I think it's Division, Surge of Division, but I don't know what that means. I could be wrong. Like, genuinely. But yeah, so Adolin's doing some fighting stuff. I don't know. I couldn't fucking tell you what's going on there. But yeah, so yeah. I'll update later. Maybe when I finish part 5. I know that's what I said last time, but like I ended up not finishing. Wait, did I'll update probably when I finish part 4. If I have the time available. I'm in the office tomorrow, so like, I probably won't do it tomorrow. I was actually gonna vlog a little bit on my way home today, because I had got out of the DMV and I had like an hour drive, and I was like, okay, cool, like I'll probably just vlog, and then I didn't. Maybe if some shit goes down in the next like 2 chapters, I'll come back on here and I'll talk. I'm really enjoying the Szeth flashbacks, and I'm really enjoying the Szeth and Kaladin chapters, because I really do like both of them. Obviously I like Szeth more. Kaladin's good and all, but like I really like Szeth. I think he's such an interesting character, and I feel so bad for what life has put him through, and it makes me really sad that like the way that he talks about himself makes me really sad. I'm like freaking out, because like he's gonna be like, I know it's gonna be fucking Szeth that's gonna be the champion. I know it. Here's my thing. Actually, I want to talk about this again. I think that the only way that Szeth will be Odium's champion is if it's not wielded by Taravangian. But also, I don't think there's a way for him to know that Taravangian is Odium. But also, I think that by the end of this book, Taravangian will either be holding both Honor and Odium, or he's going to be holding just Honor. Because, like I said, there's just like this little in my brain that's like, he's going to do a switcheroo. I've been taking notes. Actually, I stopped taking notes after like 12 chapters. I was like, that's enough. But there's just, I have this inkling. And every time we get his interlude, I'm like, you, like, I don't know. I don't know. This is just my prediction. So I genuinely think that that's what's gonna happen. I don't have any explanation for my predictions. My thing is that like every single time, and here's why I think I'm right, because I watched Lost with my boyfriend, and every single fucking prediction I had, I was right. And he's like, you have to stop telling me your predictions. So I had to start writing them down in my notes and timestamping it, so I could be like, I predicted that. Here's my note. Here's when I wrote it. Here. And he's like, God damn it. He's like, and then I'll say something, and I'm like, oh my God, wait, that, she's saying this, that happened, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to say anything else. I'm like, and we'll be watching, and I'm like, hold up, pause. This is this flashback to this that happened to this character. And he's like, are we watching the same show? Because how did you pick that up? And I'm like, I have attention to detail. Like, me and Renarin are like the same person, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's the autism in me. Like, I can't help it. Like, I'm like, oh, I know. Trust me. I have that catalog. So that's how I know that my prediction's right. It's right because I feel like it is. And when I'm wrong, I enjoy being wrong. But also, I would love to be wrong about this. So if I'm wrong, Let's go. Moash, redemption arc. Zeth, Odium's champion. Odium, no longer Taravangian. He's gonna hold honor. And I'm telling you that now because I feel that's what's gonna happen. Syl and Kaladin won't be in a relationship. Let's just hope. Please. I don't want it. Please, no. Vernard and Verlaine? I need that. I need my boy to be happy. Alright, and if he feels happy with Verlaine, I need that. And I need Verlaine to be happy. Pause. I need Verlaine to be happy. Anyways, I've been filming for 30 minutes. So much footage to edit. I'm gonna read. Drink my Diet Coke. And I will be back with an update when I have it. And maybe I'll show you the dinner that I get.
I'm making it seem like
After I let you guys go from the vlog, I actually just sat on my phone and scrolled through Instagram, and that's it. So, yeah. Then I went and got some food. I have some clips in here of that, obviously, but yeah, I got some chilies. I got to eat, I got like the triple dipper or whatever, I don't know. Afterwards, we came home and I was like, okay, I'm gonna read. I ended up just moving some footage over to my laptop so I can edit, and then I ended up watching YouTube videos. So progress has been slow. The book has been out for almost a whole week and I haven't done much progress, but this isn't a bad thing because tomorrow I do have to like sit for 3 hours and have my eyes closed after my LASIK. So definitely something that I can just like consume. 15 hours left of the audiobook at the speed that I listen to it at. So, you know, not bad. Something I can do for the whole weekend. I have off tomorrow, obviously, and then I have off on Monday. So lots of listening. Friday, lots of listening to do. I'm thinking that I don't have any plans on Saturday or Sunday, so, you know, maybe we can just devour this behemoth and then I can get to reading some other books this month. Because like I said, I'm 2 away from my goal. Not including this. I will finish this month, but like, then I need one more. So we'll see what I want to read. I do know that the new Curse of Broadbent book came out and a lot of people are liking it. So I really want to read that because I've been waiting for it, but it's been on pause because I was catching up with the Cosmere. Yeah, I'm like, I have a lot of anxiety right now just thinking about like tomorrow. So I'm going to actually take a really good shower, which I shower well every time I shower, but I'm going to like maybe rinse a couple more times, or I'm going to wash a couple more times and then really moisturize because, not that they want you to avoid showering, but like, I'm also probably not going to want to like do my hair too much just because like I use my like flex style, my shark flex style, so like a lot of air blowing. I don't know, I just want to be careful. Like I'm trying to be so careful. The last thing I want is to like mess something up. So yeah, this is a short little update. Maybe I will read more, maybe I won't. This book has been so interesting. There's been so many layers, there's so much going on in it, and I feel like I'm not understanding everything, but I also kind of feel like with so much going on, I don't think that something that Sanderson has always done is like trust his reader. I feel like he's not really trusting me to understand what he's saying. And like, yeah, I wouldn't understand it most of the time, but like I also feel like there are people who would understand it without so much explanation. So I feel like that's going on a lot. He doesn't have to do so much explanation. Can't stop thinking about that stupid thing that Syl said earlier in the book where she was like, she described her lady parts as a chole head. And she's like, that's what I have down there. And I'm like, is this supposed to be funny? Like, I understand that, like, she's supposed to be childish. I'm, like, bouncing my leg. I'm sorry. I get that she's supposed to be, like, kind of childish or whatever. But, like, I genuinely just don't. I don't like it. I don't like the humor at all. It's not my thing. So I'm hoping that like it's not that bad. I did find something out recently about like the back blurb, because normally you can like see yourself. Hold on. There you go. You can see. There you are. I found something out about the back blurb because they all have a blurb on the back, like all the books. And I found out that all of this, I found out that this whole thing and for all the other ones has been written by an in-universe or in-book character. And it's written by the Sleepless the sleepless are the ones that have been writing these blurbs, supposedly, which I think is interesting because it's like, what does that mean? There's a lot of things going on in this book that I'm kind of a little bit meh about. I've been thinking a little bit more on it. Today's like the day that I didn't listen to it while I was at work. I kind of just listened to some music and I kind of just like focus on working with some earplugs in. Like I had said about the humor, not it. There are some things that are funny and some things that aren't funny. But there's a lot of like middle grade humor in here. I don't know. I like his representation of mental health. I do really appreciate like Renarin because I know that he's like autistic and I'm like, okay, cool. Like I relate to him and the things that he says and I'm like, wow, like me. But there are some things in here where I'm kind of just like I remember watching him say something. I don't know if it was like Comic-Con or something, but he was talking about how he wanted to understand psychology more to the point where he could write a relatable character and stuff that his readers would appreciate. And I noticed more of that in the other books, but I feel like in this book it's been a little bit more pop psychology. It's been a little bit more like Suicide Hotline kind of vibe, where it's been a lot of like, this is what you should say to somebody who's depressed. This is what you should do. This is whatever. And I just feel like it's not nuanced to the characters. Like, I understand that these characters are going through it, and I understand that like, Zeth is going through it. My poor boy. Oh my god. Kaladin doesn't need to like, he's already kind of accepted Tien's death, but I feel like he is going to get attached to Zeth in a way where he's going to feel like Zeth is his Tien. And I don't want that because I think that Zeth needs to come to his own healing. Like, yeah, Kaladin's definitely going to like catalyst it, but like, or be the catalyst for it. But I feel like, I don't know. I do like these two together and I do like the idea of them helping each other, but I just feel like the way that it's going and the way that Kaladin is in like therapist mode and like the kind of also the modern language is kind of like not sitting right with me. I'm still enjoying it though. All right, so I'm just doing a little check-in. I have been listening to some more of Wind and Truth. I think I just got to the end of day 6. Currently listening to hold on, gotta catch myself up in the physical book. Yeah, I got to the end of day 6 and I am currently on this interlude, but there's this super incredible art of Baedo Mishram that I'm absolutely loving. I love the illustrations that are in this book. There's a lot of them. There's a lot that are like, let's see. I don't know if I'll be able to find some. There's like some of the singers, or not the singers, the fuse that they're fighting, which I think is sick. I don't know if I'll be able to find one right away, but there was one. Right, so this is like on the end of day 4, and these are like beware the regals, and it like shows shows like a graphic, and it says engage with caution, and there's some that are like find a radiant. But yeah, so that's how far in I am. I'm currently listening to it. I think that we got some World Hopper stuff going on in this interlude because I started listening to it in the car, and I paused it because I was like, okay, no, like I need to read this with my eyes. Yeah, okay. So there's a specific thing that I heard. So she called him Demu, and I was like, I know what that is. I might bleep that because I actually don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, so I'm still like, not like a little bit over half. It's been a time. Hello, child. There's a cat here. It's been a little bit of a time trying to finish this. Like I said before, I got LASIK, so like I can see. And I thought I was going to be listening to the audiobook, but I realized that honestly, whenever I get like an explanation or a description of an illustration, I just want to see it. And I think that the point that I was listening to, there was a couple of those, and I was like, no, I want to see it. And also like this whole thing with like I'm listening to this, like if I had just started listening to that, I would want to see that word. Like I want to see that character's name. I'd want to see it with my own 2 eyes to make sure I'm confirming that that's what it is, because that's how I am when I listen to like Cosmere books or Sanderson or even fantasy books. If I'm listening to them, I want to at least be able to see physically like what that word is in case I miss anything. So yeah, so I was kind of like, I was sitting on the couch right after. I'm watching a Dylan is in trouble video. I'm actually just gonna adjust you. Yeah, I think it's a little better of an angle. So yeah, afterwards, I went in. So I went in at 7:30, right? That's my time. I didn't actually go back until like maybe 7:50, 8 o'clock. And then I was out of the surgery room, I think by like 8:30. And then I didn't get home until 9:20, which is crazy. Because after that, like, I mean, it was pretty blurry and everything because my eyes were getting used to, like, I did just, you know, I'm not going to talk about it because in case it's like a little triggering for people, but like, I did get surgery on them. So, you know, but, I could hardly even open my eyes because it was like uncomfortable. But if you ever had like contacts in and they get really dry, it's like that feeling, but like you literally can't do anything about it. Like I had to sit for 3 hours while I felt like that, and they told me I had to keep my eyes closed. So I kept my, hello child, hey baby girl, what is it? And then for the rest of the day I had like these, I literally look like Cyclops from X-Men. I'll put a picture up, it was funny. And then I also have to sleep with these like eye guards, and I have a funny photo of that too. But besides that, it's been really, I literally went to see a movie that night. Like I went to go see Kraven the Hunter. I don't recommend watching that movie. It was so bad. I left a letterbox review. It literally gave me like half a star. Funny because I watched Charlie, like Moist Critical's review, and he was like, it's better than Madam Web. And I'm like, pause. Madam Web sucks. No, don't get me wrong. Madam Web is a horrible movie. At least it's funny. Madam Web is hilarious. Like, I would watch that movie just because it's hilarious. So, Kraven the Hunter might be better looking and all this stuff, but genuinely, like, it's not good. Like, I left my letterbox review, it was literally like, Aaron Taylor Johnson's Slutty Waist could not save this. And it genuinely couldn't. It wasn't that good. And then on Sunday, I saw Lord of the Rings War of Risham or whatever. I've never seen Lord of the Rings before. I actually just used my Libro FM credit to get The Hobbit, and I own The Hobbit. I want to read it so I can read Lord of the Rings and watch the movies. But, you know, it was okay. I think I gave it a 2.5. It was like a little boring, if I'm being honest. Like, I think that I fell asleep. It was like I watched the movie at 12:30 p.m. and I fell asleep. Full spoilers at this point because I don't think anybody's gonna watch this movie. It's not good. I think that their budget was like 30 mil. I think they made like 4 in the box office so far, and like that's not good. But the animation is kind of stiff. Like, I feel like it's a little stylized, but I think that like the freedom of having animation is making it stylized, and I don't think it was stylized as much. And it kind of hindered it a little bit because I feel like they were really trying to imitate like human movement, and I was like, okay, but this is animation. Like, we don't have to make it so, you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense. But yeah, so it was boring. She was the main character. I don't remember what her name is. She was cool. I just think that like I like when she kind of did struggle. I think she watched her brother die and then watched her other brother die. And I was like, yeah, that's really sad. But also like everything worked out for her. Like every problem, immediately there was a solution. Immediately something was there. And yeah, she was like really strong and she was capable. But I was like, I really would like, and then like they got stuck in King's Keep or something, King's Helm. They got stuck there, but like I don't know. There wasn't a lot of struggle for her. Like, yeah, she was going through this struggle with Wolf, but I don't know. It was boring. That's all I got. It was a boring movie. I'm currently in the middle of working on a Christmas present for my friend. I'm not gonna show it because I know she's watching. I'm currently in the middle of crocheting that. I actually hold on. I do want to show this, so I'm gonna rearrange the angles. Okay, so I'm gonna show off my finished crochet project. I don't even think I can get the whole thing in frame here, but I finished my crochet blanket, my granny square blanket. I think it's funny because the last time you saw me work on this, I actually had 1 row left, and it was the row that I was working on, and I actually had to undo it because I didn't have enough yarn. But I did do a little fan border for it. And I think she's so cute. She's really nice. She's really warm. She's heavy. Like, she's so cozy. Like, I love it. And I love that, like, I don't know, it's just been a long-term project that I've been working on. I have so many of these Karen cinnamon swirl cakes. So I was like, might as well use them for something. I put it in the wash and I did it on like a cold, delicate cycle. And then after that, I just did a tumble dry. I just did like a tumble dry. So yeah, we got a nice blanket here that I actually love. She's massive. I actually wanted to sew a sheet to it so that it could like not have holes in it, but I was going to measure it out, and then I have a rotary cutter, not like this, measure the sheet. I have a rotary cutter that cuts like inch holes, and then I was gonna crochet it to this and then add my border to like hide that attachment. And then I was like, I'm in the mood to finish it, so I'm gonna finish it now. So this is the finished blanket. So yeah, another thing that I'm doing is I have to prepare for my, let me adjust the angle again. That's better. Another thing I have to do is I have to prepare for my little friend's holiday thing. So me, my boyfriend, obviously, my friend Amanda and her boyfriend Marco, we are going to just hang out here for Christmas. We're gonna like watch some Bob's Burger, make some gingerbread houses, eat some food. So I have to prepare, meaning I have to clean a lot. And I'm really tired. My eyes, they feel great. I have to wear sunglasses like all the time. Whenever I'm outside and it's like even just a little bit of sun, sunglasses. I was so excited to switch out my Ray-Bans. Like the lenses on my Ray-Bans to like be non-prescription. I was so excited. So that's been fun. Oh, actually, I do have more things to show. Give me 1 second. Other things I wanted to show in the vlog. I was gonna just vlog this, but I got too excited. So we did some Sunny Angel pulls, and I'll start from like, I'll leave the best for last. So we got a melon hipper. He's so cute. I'm gonna put this on my Kindle because my Kindle's green. Show you the vision. But I actually have like sticky thingies that I use for something in my car, and I'm gonna switch it out because in case I don't want him on there for too long. I don't like permanent things. Put him here because he's green and he matches. Okay, so that's that. And then I got, I think this is like the Loop dog. So cute. I wanted the bunny or the fawn, but this is equally cute because she's pink. Two really exciting because the Cat Life series is out of stock on their website in the US, but I got 3. Here are 2 of them. I got a gray tabby, which was so exciting because I literally have a gray tabby. So that was fun. So freaking cute. I love that he's wearing pants. And then I got a calico, which is awesome because I also own a calico. So it's like a little representation of our cats. So that's great. And then best for last, which I feel like you can already tell what it is just by how excited I am. I pulled a Robbie. I don't like that he also has a little like wiener. I think that's weird because like he's not like a human. It's already kind of weird that like these guys have wieners, but like they're angels. So like, and we see their butts, but like they're angels. So I can get, you know what I mean? But he doesn't have a butt. He has a tail, but he has a wiener. And I'm like, anyways, it's fine. I literally look past it because I'm like, you guys are all angels and that's fine. But yeah, trying to get him to stand up. Yeah, I got a Robbie. And then I made this little crochet mushroom. And so you can just kind of like open it up and you can put your little sunny angels in here. And then close it. Put it on your bag. And you got a little sunny angel in there. Yep, so cute. So that's one of them, my little mushy. You can put other stuff in here. You can put like a chapstick, your AirPods, like an AirTag, and some keys. You know, doesn't have to be for that. And then I have a strawberry one, which the proportions are a little off for the little strawberry top, but that's okay. It's handmade, you know, we don't have to look too much into it. So you can put a little Sunny in here, and then you can just hang out, and then they're in there. They're in there, and so cute. Literally obsessed. I think it's adorable. This was fun to make. So these are my fun little projects that I recently did. Literally obsessed. I think, so my next project is gonna be, I'm gonna crochet them some pants, because I have, so we have like a little cubby over here, and in that cubby is, we have a Godzilla, which is funny, like a little Godzilla figure. And my boyfriend was like, oh, you should put these guys in that one, because that's like a standout cubby, like the PS5 is there, and then like whatever. Since we have Kenji and Ginger, we have our cats, I'll put them over there with the Godzilla. I'm so out of breath. I'm like trying to work through it. I'm just gonna tell you that I know, all right? Don't judge. We also have a Shiba, and this is he really wants a Shiba so bad. So this is like an aspiration. So I think I'm just gonna crochet him some pants, some white pants. That's my recent Sunny Angel pull. I may or may not have another one coming in. I think it comes in on Friday. Get back into this. Okay, so I just read Interlude 12, and what the fuck? I genuinely don't know what? That's fucking crazy. So Taravangian kind of realized, I guess Taravangian realized that Cultivation picked him to ascend so she could control him, and he was like, not me, I'm not the one, because she was currently going to overtake Carbranth, and he was like, nope, not happening. So he destroyed Carbranth, the city that he gave his life up for as a mortal. He gave his life up to Odium to protect it. Now that he is Odium, he just destroyed it. I don't know. I think I'm gonna rescind my prediction that he is going to ascend to be Honor. I feel like now, it might, I don't know how to word this without saying too much. I think that he might take Cultivation. Tell me, I might be wrong. This is a prediction. I'm only, actually, how far in am I? Let me check real quick. I'm 57. You're not gonna see that. I'm 57% of the way through. So 40% left almost. And I have a feeling that I'm 57% of the way through, 40% left. I think that he might take Cultivation, but now I don't know. Now I'm like shook. That actually shook me. Like, that was crazy. Taravangian is fucking crazy. I love that so much. That was actually so fun. The momentum is starting to pick up for me again. Like, I'm getting back into it. So that was insane. I think that he's not gonna take Honor anymore. I think that he's not gonna take Honor anymore. I don't know if he's gonna continue as Odium and then something will happen to him and somebody else will ascend as Odium. But I think that Honor, I think it might be Dalinar. Maybe? I don't know what's gonna happen with Honor now. That's what's kind of been happening. But we also saw in the first part of the interlude, he said that he was teaching Dalinar or giving him lessons, and I think that that's pertaining to the way that they're attacking the cities, that they're trying to like take the capitals of cities right now because he found a loophole in the contracts. I don't know if that's what he's talking about or if he's talking about something else. I think that's what it is referring to. I'm still kind of like getting back into the story right now, so I think that's what he's talking about. But either way, crazy that he's teaching Dalinar a lesson. Cultivation is trying to teach Taravangian a lesson and trying to control him, and he was like, I'm gonna teach everybody a lesson and don't fuck with me. So that was kind of badass. my boyfriend just texted me because he's asking me if I want anything from where he's at. So I'm going to tell him that I want some food, and I will check back in when I read more of day 7. Yeah. Okay, hello. I'm updating the vlog. So I have finished day 8, and I'm currently on day 9. I'm chapter 108. Now, I know that earlier I said that I didn't want Odium's champion to be... I know this light is ominous. I'm in the car. I'm about to go to my aunt's house, but I needed to update the vlog. Now, I know that I said that I didn't want Gavinar to be Odium's champion. And I didn't think he would do that. But I think that's what's going to happen, because he has been getting a bunch of visions, or in the spiritual realm, Dalinar has... I listened to it earlier, and I'm like, it's still like in my head, but I'm like, oh my god, I don't know. Ba Edo Mishram has been giving each of them visions, kind of to like cause pain. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. Like, I need to like think it through, but like that's just what's happened recently. But Odium, the Stormfather was disguising them from Odium, so he couldn't find them, and now he finally saw them, and then he's been like speaking to them, and I guess they finally understand now that Odium is Taravangian. And then Taravangian Odium has been showing Gavinar visions of Dalinar to make him hate him. So like the vision where he's like really drunk, and he's really drunk on the day that Gavilar died. There's one about Evie, and then there's the one where he is like beating Elhokar. The one, I think it's the Way of Kings, where he starts to he beats him up, and he's like, you cut your saddle straps, and also I'm fucking your mom, so deal with it. So I think that that's what's gonna happen. I think that I don't know how it's gonna happen, but Kid Gavinar is going to be Odium's champion. And then I think that since he's going to be Odium's champion, Dalinar is either going to withdraw from the Contest of Champions, or he's just going to lose. And Odium is going to be released from the Rosharan system. That's what I think is going to happen. So that's my prediction for the end of the book. I also think that my other prediction is, so that's my prediction, that Gavinar is going to be the Odium's champion. Dalinar is either going to withdraw, or he's going to lose, or he might violate the contract or something, and he's going to be released from the Rosharan system. And then I also think that Taravangian is going to wield both honor and Odium. He's going to wield both of them. And that's what the Almighty is. I think he's going to be holding 2 shards. Similar to something else that's happened in the Cosmere, which I'm not going to say. So that's what I think is going to happen. Currently, Szeth found out that they're kind of prepping him to be a herald. That's what his mission is, his pilgrimage. So he's actually being prepped to be a herald. His high sprite is trying to get therapy from Kaladin. I think it's really cute. I mean, I don't think it's cute, but I think it's very heavy-handed with the mental health stuff that's going on, which is whatever. I don't care. I appreciate it for what it is. Yeah, that's what. And then I think that Kaladin's gonna be. Szeth isn't gonna be a herald. I think Kaladin is gonna be a herald. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm currently listening to the scene where they go to one of the monasteries, and Nail is like, all right, we gotta fight. He's like, this is gonna be simple. Right now, I just want you to give me your word that you are gonna continue down this path. And Szeth is like, no, I don't want to do that. And I think Kaladin's gonna fight Nail now, so we'll see how that works. That's where I just ended off. I'm gonna head inside. I have my book with me, so I'm actually gonna show you. Sorry, my bad angles. I'm actually gonna show you how far in I am, because it's been fun moving my bookmark. This is how far in. This is that's the size of a normal book, which is funny. But I had to return my Kindle. So I had a matcha Kindle, and it wouldn't sync at all. I would listen to my audiobook, and it wouldn't sync with my Kindle. So I had to find the page that I'm on. So that's annoying. But my other Kindle, so I had one already, my Paperwhite, and my boyfriend had gifted me the matcha one. And I would take the matcha one everywhere with me, and the other one would just stay on my stand at home. But that one would connect. That one would sync with my other book or my other Kindle. But my green one would not sync with either, but with both my other Kindle or Audible. So I got it replaced by warranty, and this one's also doing the same thing. So I don't know if it's just me and it's not working, but I'm just dealing with it. So I'm hoping that I can figure out where I'm at, because I'm gonna go inside. I'll chit chat and stuff, but I plan on reading more because I need to finish this before the end of the year, and it's the 24th. So yeah, I'm gonna head in. I got a Red Bull. I have some Topo Chico. I have a little snacky. So, you know, we'll see. I'll check in later. But yeah, I'm hoping to finish this. I need to get this uploaded. I want to get this video uploaded by the end of the year. I have like 300 pages left or something. So fingers crossed that I can finish it. It's gonna be a busy couple of days though, because tomorrow's Christmas. I have the day off after Christmas. Friday I work. Saturday I have to drive to New Jersey because I'm gonna go see Pitbull. Sunday I think my boyfriend's doing my birthday celebrations. Monday's my birthday, which I don't know what else I'm doing on my birthday. And then New Year's Eve and then New Year's. So like it's gonna be busy. So I'm gonna be scrambling, but I'm like really hoping that I'll have time to listen to my audiobook. I've been training myself to listen to the audiobook faster. Because I can't focus on audiobooks unless they're like really quick and I have to like pay attention to what they're saying. So I normally listen at 2.5, 2, and then if I've been listening for a while, I can do 2.5, and I'm like, okay, I'm locked in, and I put it to 3 solely just so that I could actually like finish it quicker. But I need to slow down. So I'm currently at 3.5, which is crazy, but I had to slow it down to 2. Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna go inside. We're gonna do some Christmas celebrations. I don't know, drink some coquito maybe. And yeah,